Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be creating paper purse. Let me just go ahead and bring in several of them. This one right here has like a 3D bow. It has like 4 layers. Now the next one is with beige, but this one doesn't have the triple bow, it just has 2. And beige, it's beautiful, beautiful cardstock. This is with the white. And then the next one is this one. This one I made the bow square. They're a nice size and they're pretty sturdy. And then the next one is, I love this one, the pink, which has also the, let me show you sideways, the bow. It has 4 layers. And the pink handles, and again the inside. It can fit easily. Let me grab a bottle of water. Here's a bottle of water. It can easily fit bottle of water, a scarf, perfume, lotion, and it measures, let me get my ruler, it measures 8 inches in height and 9 in width. 8 inches in height, not including the handles. It's all from here, from top to bottom, including handles. It could be easily 10 inches, doesn't matter. And deep is around, let me grab this here, 2 inches deep. It's pretty decent size. Lovely, lovely bags. The only thing that I wished I could go ahead and I could change the size a little bit and have a score line going across the bottom and on the sides so it can fold flat. That will be a great idea. Just take this on the half. I'm going to practice on this same design but scoring in the middle to see if I can get it to fold flat. It would be great if they would fold flat. That way you can have them in a bin and then make the bow once you're ready to use them. And this one came out beautiful as well. This was with purple, dark purple. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Okay, ruler, scissors, bone folder, scoring board, which has a paper trimmer right here as well. You need glue. Today I'm using a different type of glue. I found a fellow YouTube crafter that recommended Reptile Premium Craft Adhesive. I love it. Fabulous. Everyone who has been following me, you know guys, I use the art glitter glue. Don't get me wrong, I do still use it. But this one for the paper purses, incredible. This is really, really good. Okay, then we need some circle dies if you want to make your handles round, or you can also get them square, whichever you prefer. Then you need a pen or a pencil. You need here, I have my Anna Griffin Empress die cutting embossing machine so that I'll be able to cut my handles. If you don't have this machine, if you don't want to use the handles, you can either cut it by hand, measuring using your ruler, or if you have a paper, what do you call these? A paper puncher. You can use one of these if you prefer, or like I said, cut them by hand. But I do recommend die cutting embossing machine. If you have a Cricut or a Silhouette, you can just put the measurements in and cut them. Let's go ahead and set this aside first. Then you need your cardstock. This is 65-pound cardstock. I grabbed 3 of them just in case. And then I have the 85-pound heavy cardstock. So let's go ahead and start cutting and scoring. Let's go first things first. When you have a designer series paper, when you have a paper with a pattern, let's say it that way, with a pattern, make sure you are cutting and scoring the right way. Make sure your pattern is going facing down towards you. Because if not, when you fold and score and try to glue them together, it will be upside down. Let me see if I have I was trying to work on another purse. I found a piece right here. Let me give you this example. Like this one, these flowers. See, this is the end. The roots, let's say the roots, right? You want this paper just like this. The bottom of the design looking towards you. Because if you do it this way, and you start scoring and cutting, once you're going to put your purse together, it's going to be upside down backwards, okay? With that being said, this one we won't have an issue, but with the design, because it's all circles, it's one pattern going whichever way. But make sure is that you have it going the same way. See, right here it's cut here, but it's not cut here because I have to turn it around, which is this way. You see now what is the glare. You won't be able to see it because of the glare right here. You see how it cuts here? Okay, and then I had it the other way around. I had it, where is it? Okay, I had it the other way around. So let's just leave it this way, right? Set it aside. Let's start with the first one. Now you'll need a piece, 12 inches, 12-inch cardstock, and you are going to, there's 2 pieces. It's at 12-inch, right here, 12-inch, right? And then we're going to cut it at 9-inch. We need 2 pieces, 12 by 9. Move your cardstock all the way down. We're going to locate the 9-inch, which is that one. And we cut. We're going to set this aside because we're going to use it later. Okay, that's right, 9-inch, right? That's our first piece. Let's grab the other piece. Okay, we have it 12-inch. We're going to cut it at 9 because remember, we need 2 pieces, 12 by 9. So we're going to cut it. We're going to set it aside. With this piece, 12 by 9, on the long side, this is your short side, right? On your long side, which is this way, long side, which is the 12 inches, we are going, let me change this so it won't move. I'm going to change this part here. See this part right here? Will prevent your paper from moving to this side. Here we go. On your long side, you're going to take your bone folder and you're going to score at 8 inches, which is this side right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just turn it around so you guys can see it. And let's go ahead, since we're right here, you don't need the bone folder because this is pretty heavy. If you start using your bone folder on this type of cardstock, it will crack. So I suggest with your hand, you don't need the bone folder, not on this one. Set it aside. Next, we're going to go ahead and verify if it's the right way, which is not. So make sure it's on the right side. Now, the side of the purse, let's say the base of the purse will be a different color, which is this baby blue. we need 2 pieces, 8 by 3 1/8. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this part right here so we can cut. First, let's go ahead and grab the 8 inches right here, 8 inches. Cut, hold on to these pieces because we will be needing them later on. Okay, we have the 8 inch, and then we have the 3 1/8. It's the 3, and you get the 1/8, which is right here. And we cut, set this one aside. We grab the other piece. The other one will be 10 inch. Set it to the 10 inches, cut, set it aside, and it will be 3 1/8. We only need 1 piece. This is the bottom part of the purse. Again, 10 inches, we cut it, and then we need 3 1/8. 3 1/8, cut it, set this aside. Let's go ahead and turn it so we can score it. It's pretty simple. Let's start with the short ones. Remember the short ones? 8 inches. Okay. On the short side, which is this side, which is the 3 1/8 side, right? We are going to score 1/2 inch, which is this. Whoop. Hold it. Make sure you're holding your cardstock so it won't be moving around and you miss it. Plus, and then 1/2 inch and 2 5/8. 2 and the 5/8 is right here. Score. Set it aside. We take the long one, which is the 10 inches, right? 10 inches on your short side, it's 1/2 inch. Right here. 2 5/8. Sorry, guys. On the long side, I said short side. On the long side, it's 1/2 inch and 9 1/2. On the short side, turn it over, which is the short side, 3 1/8. We are going to score 1/2 inch and 2 5/8, which is this one. Okay. Since we're here, we're gonna go ahead, step by step so you guys won't get confused. Hopefully you're not confused up to now. Let's go ahead and fold it. Okay. And then we're gonna grab your scissors. You see these squares right here? Wait, where is it? Right here. You're gonna cut off those 4 little squares. Now, what you want to do is just grab a little piece right here. Just grab a piece of that side. Again, this is just to make the purse fit a little bit better, so it won't give us a hard time when we are gluing it on to the other pieces. Now, for these 2 pieces, just to fold, nothing much. Now, we need a bow. So the bow, since this is a pattern design, the bow, the first layer of the bow will be the baby blue. And then the other layer will be with the design. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our first piece. Do you remember that piece that came out the 8 inch? This one? For the bow, we need, turn this around, we need a 6 inch, 6 by 3. 6 being the long. Let's go ahead and get our 6 inch. This is the base of the bow, 6 inch cut. And we need it to be 3 inches which is already the 3 inches. So we're going to set that aside. Now, the second layer of the bow, which is this one, we're going to go ahead and it's 5.5. Wait, where is it? Right there, 5.5. Set that aside. By 2 5/8, which is right here. 2 5/8. Go ahead and put that aside. Okay. Now, the base of the bow, right? We're gonna go ahead. No more trimming. We're gonna put that scoring side on it. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and I have my measurements right here, so I won't forget. It's a lot. Okay. On the 6-inch side, the long side, we are going to score at 3 inches. 3 inches, fold in half. When you fold it in half, the opening will be in the bottom. That's the side you place back on your scoring board, which is a 3 inch. Then we're going to go ahead and notch it at 2 1/4, which is just a little notch. Don't score it all the way down, just a little notch. 2 1/4 and 3/4, which is this one. And we're going to set that aside. Grab your other piece on the long side. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this one around because you won't be able to see because of the glare. Turn it around. Long side, which is the 5.5, we're going to score at 2 3/4. This is 2 3/4. Grab it, and we're going to fold it. Again, when you fold it, the opening goes in the bottom. Place it on your scoreboard, and we're going to notch it at 3/4 and 1 7/8. Let's just set it aside. Leave that there. We are done scoring and trimming. Let's put this together so we can set it aside so it can start drying. Okay, let's get our pieces. Remember your 2 pieces? And then remember the long piece? Okay. Let's go ahead and grab your glue. We're going to go ahead and start gluing. Remember, you can use glue, but I suggest using either the art glitter glue or this Reptile glue. Why? Because if you use the Elmer school glue or you use that glue stick, that is not going to work with this project. Why? Because this is a paper purse. The last thing you need is someone holding that purse, that paper purse, and coming apart. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. Generous amount of glue. I'll just blow it a little bit because when it gets tacky, it holds way, oh my goodness, better, but it will hold. It's pretty good. It's fantastic. Not pretty good, it's fantastic. Oh, it's this way. Don't put it on backwards. Go ahead and glue it right here. It's on the tab. Remember that small little tab that we had on the long piece? That little tab. Then you're going to go ahead and align this other piece on this side. See? This is the base of your purse. Now, let's set that aside. Grab your pieces. Remember these first pieces? We need the opening for the handle, which is this part right here. We need this opening so we can fit the handle. If we don't have that opening, what's going to happen, you won't be able to put your hand in and grab it because you'll have the square, you'll have like a little piece. So what I do is, I'm not going to put this through the machine. It's a hassle. You have to tape it down and make sure it doesn't move. So what I do is grab my circles and the largest size, which is the first one, which measures, let me see how much is this one. This one measures 3 inches. 3 by 3.5. So what I do is on my mat, I'll just go ahead and center it. I'll count 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, right? And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Move it just a little bit here, and then move it up, 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 until you see a decent amount of cardstock here. Now, let me explain. You don't want it all the way down. Why? Because then you won't be able to put your hand in here. You don't want it all the way up because this might fall. This might not fall. Rip your cardstock. You need something to grab on, the handle to grab on. So we're going to go ahead and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And bring it a little bit up, and you're good. Get your pen and trace that small, that half moon right there. Half moon, set it aside, grab your scissors, and you're going to cut that one right there. Let's see if you guys can see it. You're going to cut that. See, this is what we need. Don't worry, looks like an eye. Now, grab your second piece, and you're going to trace that same line right there. There we go. Now, I forgot to mention we need double-sided tape. Double-sided tape and glue dots. Okay, for the double-sided tape, I'm just going to go ahead and place a strip here on both pieces. Now, grab your glue. You're going to add some glue here. Again, this is to secure the bag. And we fold. Close it just like that. Okay, set that aside to dry. Now, let's go ahead and grab from the dies. We're going to grab the first one, and then we're going to grab the third one, so we can create our handle, which is this one, the third one. It'll be something like this. Okay. Next, we're going to grab the die cutting machine. Okay. Okay. The handles will be baby blue. Remember those pieces we had left? We're going to go ahead and cut 4 of them. Make the sandwich. Turn your machine on and let's run it through. Hold on to this piece because it'll be part of the bow. Three more times, so we need 4 of these. Okay, we have the 4 pieces for the handle. Now let's go ahead and cut, since we have the machine out, let's go ahead and cut the pieces for the bow. The pieces, this insert, save this for the first layer of the bow. You're going to grab the following circle, which is this one right here, this one, and the next size down. And this will be with this pattern, and we need 2. Okay, and then let's go ahead and cut the other one. Remember, it's 2 of them, 1 on each side. When it's pattern paper, you have to face it down. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the next one that follows, which is the next size down. And that is with the, we're going to cut 2 of them with the baby blue. Now for the last part of the bow, we need the following size, which is the smaller one. And that one will be 2 of them with the pattern paper, which I'm going to use this one right here, but upside down. And one more. Okay, that is done. Let's go ahead and set all this aside. Okay, let's go ahead and grab one piece of the pattern paper. Let's face this upside down. We're going to go ahead and add glue on the long side on this first tab right here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead. That dries clear, no worries. And we're going to go ahead and place this one right here on the line, making sure it's on the line and it's not all the way. Let's center that one right there. That one is glued pretty good. Turn it around. Same technique for this side. Pretty good. Let's set that aside for maybe 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, so it can dry. Let's grab our 2 pieces that have the 2 notches right here for the bow. You're going to take your ruler where that notch is. Put your ruler in this angle to hit this part right here in the corner. And you go ahead and trace a line going from the notch all the way down to the other side. And it'll look something like this. And do the same on this side. And we're going to do the same for this piece. Grab your scissors and you're going to cut that on that line. Right there. Go ahead and grab your glue, generous amount of glue, and just place it on that first layer. Now let's just set it aside while that dries. Let's grab this one. Okay, what we're going to do is, this side here, you're going to add the glue here. When you add the glue, remember we glued down just this part, this opening? You remember this part? This one, once you glue your glue here, once you glue here, what you do is this opening goes over, not on top. Right? Not on top, inside. like this inside. See? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, we're done with that. Now, we're gonna go ahead, you see these flaps? I don't know if you guys can see it. You see the flaps? So we're gonna go ahead and pull them up towards you so you can take out the, you can take off the tape. Do you remember that tape? Take off the tape and you're gonna glue it down. Let's go ahead and take off that back part of the tape. And we're gonna go ahead and stick that down, and then the other side, we're doing the same thing. Okay, let's set it aside so it can dry while we go ahead and assemble the bowl. Let's grab this piece, first layer, fold it in half so it can be round. Go ahead and grab your glue. And let's go ahead. Don't fold it all the way. Just leave it opened right here. Once you have all those ready, so let's just start with this one while that heats up a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and some glue. Okay, it's still heating up. Let's take the first one. We're going to go ahead and place it right next to the score line. And press down. Grab your second one. And press down. Just like that. And then grab your second layer. And this one I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue because this pattern paper has foil. It's foiled embossed paper. I'm just going to add the hot glue right above your glue. Just going to place it on top of this one. Just like that. Yep. there's your bow. Now what I like to do, I'm going to add a strip of the baby blue right in the middle of the bow right here. You just go ahead and grab that strip that you had left. Just cut a small strip. Not too wide. In that piece, we're going to go ahead and add double-sided tape. Okay, we can go ahead and take off that part tape, and let's place it like this. Do not place it like this. Press down, and then grab this part right here, and let's cut a piece there. Press down, and then let's cut the other piece. Okay, there you go. And that is your bow. Okay, let's set that aside. Now, let's grab the bag, which should be dry by now. Okay, the handles, what I'm going to do is first just add glue, just a little bit of glue right here on the bottom part. And you have to place it in the outside, I'm sorry. The outside first, right here. Don't mind that little bit of glue, it will be covered. Okay, then turn it around, grab your second circle, and now you're going to add glue all over the second circle, all around. And that one, you will place it right here on top of this one. Okay, line it up first from the top and make your way towards the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, there go your handles. It's easier to place the handles after you glue on your base, your sides, you know, the bottom, the base, because if you try to glue them on before, you will bend your handles. Now let's go ahead and attach the bow. For the bow, you have several options. I don't suggest with the glue. Hot glue, or your glue dots. I like the 3D. It'll give it a 3D effect. Of these glue dots. And we're going to center it. I'm going to eyeball it. Okay, press it down. And there it is. There is the bag. Okay, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. And as usual, happy crafting.